Okay, I hope everyone can hear me and I am live. I had some problems. So that link I had didn't work. Um, I'm hoping that the audio is doing well because my microphone is here. So let me just test. Doesn't look like it's registering. Uh-oh. We're gonna get started in a second. Um, let's see if I can see if there's some kind of settings for the microphone. Let's see. Manage. I'm afraid to hit anything. Honestly, I have to tell you the truth. So, I'll have to talk really, really loud because I don't know if my microphone's registering. Okay, so if anybody joins me for this class today, just put a thumbs up or something in the comments because I can see them from the distance. And we're going to get started. So you can just take a seat on your mat, hands on your knees, relax and comfortable, and just breathe naturally. And I'm going to start by sharing a passage. I wanted to share a quote that I came across today because I feel like this really is very applicable today to our current situation where people are confined to spaces and they have been threatened in some ways by this little tiny invisible thing. So it is a quote by Marcel Proust. I'm very bad at pronunciations a lot. So as you get to know me through yoga, you'll also learn that I have problems with that. So the quote says, I think that life would suddenly seem wonderful to us if we were threatened to die, as you say. Just think of how many projects, travels, love affairs, studies, our life hides from us, made invisible by our laziness, which certain of a future delays them incessantly. But let all this threaten to become impossible forever. How beautiful it would become again. Ah, if only the cataclysm doesn't happen this time, we won't miss visiting the new galleries of the Louvre, throwing ourselves at the feet of Miss X, making a trip to India. The cataclysm doesn't happen. We don't do any of it because we find ourselves back in the heart of normal life, where negligence deadens desire, and yet we shouldn't have needed the cataclysm to love life today. It would have been enough to think that we are humans and that death may come this evening. So, this quote, um, some people have had big life experiences that have kind of knocked them off their feet, other people haven't. And then all of a sudden, this thing just kind of comes into a collective and brings us to this kind of realization. But what I want to also say and kind of reframe and reiterate is that we don't need a crisis to live our lives. We don't need a crisis to stir us into action. We just need to remember that we have this beautiful gift of life. So please take some deep breaths in and close your eyes. Breathe naturally. Now slowly open your eyes, and then we're going to go onto all fours, and we're going to begin our practice with cat and cow. So inhale and look up. Exhale, round your back. Inhale and look up. And exhale, rounding your spine. Now you can move your body back and forth. You can stretch your legs out. You can kind of roll around a little bit, kind of make some movements and loosen up your body. Whatever you want to do to start to get your practice going. Or you can just continue. Throughout the practice, if you get tired or you can't, or you're having trouble doing something, then go into child's pose, take a break. Now, I want you to stretch your right leg back, your foot, and just kind of rock back and forth for a moment. And breathe naturally. Knee back to center and opposite foot back, stretching. Knee back to center. Tuck your toes. Your hands are down. Your index fingers are parallel to the long edge of your mat. You can put your weight into your thumbs and your index finger and press back for downward dog. Now here we're trying to warm the body, so you can also pedal your feet out. Bend your knees. Just try to get comfortable. Roll around a little bit. Take some deep breaths. Now we're going to roll forward to plank pose, and you can put your knees down or you can leave them up. We're going to build some heat here. Push back to downward dog. Your head is away from your shoulders, keeping space there. Roll forward again to plank pose. Knees down if you want, or keep yourself straight. And now lower all the way down. Tops of feet on the ground. Inhale for cobra, hands on the mat. Just do something slight to start. Exhale, head down. Inhale again for cobra. And exhale down. And on the third time, we're going to inhale and lift our hands. And exhale down. You can use your knees or you can just push straight back up to downward dog. Now we're going to walk up to the top of our mat. You can keep your legs straight or you can bend them whenever you need to. Get there however you want. Get to the top of your mat and stay in a forward fold. Your knees can be bent. Your belly on your thighs. Just relax. Now we're going to inhale for a half lift, looking up. So you just slightly look up, looking forward. And exhale down. One more time. Inhale, half lift. And exhale down. Inhale, half lift. And exhale down. Now we're going to slowly roll up into a standing position. Let's raise our shoulders up and put them down, our shoulder blades together behind our back. Your feet can be together or hip width distance apart. And I want you to lift your toes and just relax your hands down. And right now we're going to lean our weight forward on the balls of our feet. And then we're going to lean our weight slightly to the right, then to the back heels, to the left. And I want you to find lifting your toes and then setting them down. They can be spread wide. Find your center. Now turn your hands, your palms facing outwards, fingers spread wide, shoulder blades down on your back. And take a few deep breaths in for Tadasana or mountain pose. With an inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Exhale and fold all the way down. Half lift. Fold down. And then roll back up. We're going to inhale our arms all the way up again. And then we're going to fold all the way down with an exhale. Half lift. Exhale down. Once again, we're going to go all the way up, arms wide, hands to the top. Exhale all the way down. Half lift, fold down, and this time we're going to roll all the way up, hands to the top. Now our hands are at our heart in prayer pose, or Anjali Mudra. So now we're going to do a few movements. So let's inhale our arms all the way up, and then fold down again. Half lift. Now we're going to step it back to plank pose. And then you can do knees, chest, and chin. And you can do cobra, or you can inhale for upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Now we're going to step our right foot up and then our left foot next to it. If that's too challenging, then just get to the top of your mat. Half lift with an inhale. Open your collarbone. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Hands at your heart. You're going to do that 2 times. You do your variation of knees, chest, chin, or if you can do chaturanga, feel free. Okay, inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Half lift. Step it back to plank pose. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Roll over your feet. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Just pause there for a moment. Step your right foot up, your left foot next to it. Half lift looking forward. Exhale down. Inhale your arms all the way up. Hands at your heart. Inhale your arms up. Exhale all the way down. Half lift. Step it back to plank. You can do knees, chest, chin. Or chaturanga, cobra, or upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Now step your right foot up, your left foot up, half lift, fold down with an exhale, inhale arms all the way up, and hands to heart. Now we're going to do a triangle pose. So we're gonna, before we do that though, we're just gonna turn to the wide edge of our mat, and we're going to do a forward fold. Oh, you know what? I am going to take a break for a moment and just do this because I realize that maybe you're not getting the best view. Okay. So let's, with an inhale, exhale down, put your hands down. You can widen your feet if you need to a little bit. Put your hands closer to where your feet are. And then with an inhale, rise slowly up. Now we're going to take our right foot and we're turning it to be our toes or to the short edge of the mat, facing forward. Our back foot is parallel, and we're going to push our hips slightly back, and then we're going to lean down, but we're not going to drop down. We're going to lean over and allow ourselves to go into triangle pose. We're not flopping into it. We want to hold our body steady and our shoulders open, arm up if you can. If you can't, you can put it here or here. This arm can be on here, here, wherever is comfortable for you. Look up towards your fingertips. If your neck is straining, then look forward. Deep breaths in and out. You can even open that shoulder a little more. Now, put your hand on your hip, front leg, bend your knee, forearm on top, left arm in front, and look up underneath for side angle pose. Feel the long stretch in your side body. If you can reach your hands down with your peace fingers and your thumb to your toe, or stay here. On the next exhale, we're going to lower our arm down in front of our body, come up, and then turn to the other side. So now our left toes are pointing forward, right leg foot parallel to the short edge of the mat, hips back, and move into triangle pose. Bend your front knee. Take dog hairs off your yoga pants. Forearm on your leg. Roll your arm in front of you and look up. Arm down in front of you. Straight leg. Let's turn back, our feet parallel to the edge of the mat. And this time we're also going to do a forward fold, but we're going to inhale with a deep breath, and we're going to keep our hands on our waist, and we're going to fold down from our waist area. Here. So, you can allow your head to hang down a bit, let gravity do its work, but we're moving from our waist. We're not arching our back. We're going to roll up slowly. Now we can heel toe ourselves to the middle of the mat. And let's get back to the top of the mat. Now we're going to do chair pose. So I want you to inhale your arms all the way up. Hands at your heart. Your big toes are together. There's space between your heels. Bend your knees. You can put, to start, if you want to get into it, you can put your belly like on here, but we want to be able to see our toes. So our knees are over our ankles, and we're pushing our weight back. So we can tuck our tailbone in, and we're keeping our hands in prayer. Or if that's too much, you can keep your hands on your knees to start, or you can rise them all the way up. If you decide to put your arms up, then your arms should be along your ears. Your toes can be lifted a little bit. The most important thing is that all the weight is in the balls and heels of your feet spread evenly. Tuck that tailbone under. On the next exhale, fold down. Now, just clasp your elbows and allow yourself to just rock back and forth a little bit. Your arms come down. Now roll up slowly. Now, of course, we're going to do chair pose again because that's what we do. Let's prepare ourselves. By toes together, some space between our heels, bending our knees back, putting our butt back. You can have your hands in prayer or all the way up. Thumbs are pointing to the back wall. Fingers spread wide is fine. Okay, exhale, fold over. Half lift. Step it back to plank pose for a quick vinyasa. Roll forward, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Now, we're going to lift our right leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, turn your leg back in alignment with your body, knee to nose. Exhale. Inhale, your foot back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. And this time, you're going to put your foot between your two hands. Now, I want you to lower your left knee, and you can either release the back feet like this, or you can keep it like that. Hands on your knee, and then arms all the way up. You can look up or forward. Try to keep your shoulders away from pushing down, away from your ears. Shoulder blades back. Thumbs towards the back wall. Now we're going to put our hands in prayer. We're going to inhale forward or exhale forward. And inhale and put our elbow outside of our right leg, twisting and looking up. Deep breaths in and out. On your next exhale, hands to center, hands down around your front foot. Lean, put your back toes flat. And we're going to lean back, and my legs are a little longer than my body, so I have to move them a little differently. We're going to relax over our right leg. Bend your right knee again. Now we're going to flex our toes on our left foot, and we're going to go up. We're going to do a warrior, forward facing lunge, some people call it, but warrior one with our back toes facing forward. Inhale, our arms up. I need a tissue. Now, arms around our front foot, or hands down. And then we're going to step it back to downward dog. Then we're going to roll forward in plank or knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or all the way down for cobra or upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. And of course, now we do the other side. So let's lift the left leg up, bend our knee, open our hip. You can straighten the right leg a little bit. Turn it forward. This time, knee to nose with an exhale. Kick it up with an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Up again. Third time's a charm, and we place our foot in between our hands. Our back extended leg, the knee goes down. Hands on our knee. Lift up. Inhale your arms up. Deep breaths in and out. Now remember, if something is too much, modify. Keep your arms here or here, whatever is most comfortable. Even here is fine, but we're actually going to be doing, we're going to inhale and exhale forward. Then on an inhale, twist our right elbow. Our hands are in prayer and we're looking up towards our left elbow. On the next exhale, we're going to turn to the front, put our arms down, lean back on our right leg, stretch your left leg forward a bit, and allow yourself to relax over your left. Left leg bent, right toes flexed, right leg straight, hands on our knee, lifting all the way up for forward facing lunge or warrior one with your toes facing forward. Hands down around your foot. Step it back into downward dog. Roll forward to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Inhale up. Downward dog. Exhale. We're just going to pause here for a moment. So take a few long, deep breaths and notice how you feel. Does it feel different? Is your body warmer? Do you feel the heat in your body? Now we're going to walk our toes and our feet up to the top of the mat again. Slowly raise yourself up. I'm just going to step back for a moment. Now we're going to, whoops. That was my timer, so we don't go too far. Okay. Now we're going to do diver's pose. So all we're simply going to do is raise our arms all the way up. And then as we bring them down, we're going to bring them behind us, bend our knees, and we're going to be on our toes like we're on the diving board. And I want you to hold it here for a few breaths. Put your heels down and then straighten your body. Let's raise our arms up again and then go back again into diver's pose. Adjust your feet. Heels down. And stand up again. And let's do it one more time. Just like you're getting ready to dive off the diving board. Now standing up again. Now, this time we're going to lift our right leg, bent, our foot is flexed. And we're just going to hold it here for 2 breaths. And then we're going to turn it out to the side. You can keep your hands on your hips. Or if you need to hold your leg up, that's fine too. Now turn it back to the center. And I want you to stretch your heel out. Your foot is flexed. Take a few deep breaths. Try to lift your toes higher. Probably feel this in your quadriceps. Now, set your foot down, and of course, other side. So lift your left leg up, knee bent, foot flexed, hands on your hips. Turn it out to the side. One side might be more difficult than the other. And this actually will prepare you for Shiva's dancing pose. These are the first steps. Whoopsie. And then knee forward, leg outstretched, toes up. Breathe. And then gently place your foot down. Now we're going to go down to the ground so you can get there any way you like. Do a flip. Jump up and down. No, don't do that. Okay, now we're going to simply go slowly down onto our back, and we're going to do bridge pose. So in bridge pose, we're putting our feet close, the heels close to the butt, our knees are kind of staying together. We don't, when we're doing bridge pose, we don't want our legs to splay open. We want to keep them close together. Our shoulder blades can be tucked underneath, hands alongside of your body. Hands pressing down into the mat. And then on your next inhale, lift up. And you can tuck your shoulders more. Your head is relaxed, your neck is relaxed. You shouldn't feel anything at all there. Whenever you want to push yourself further in a pose, on the exhale, that's often the time to do it. So on my next exhale, I'm going to inhale, and then I'm going to try to push up a little further. It's very slight. Now slowly release your lower back down, very slowly and steady. I'm going to take a couple little pause, and we're going to do that one more time. So on your next inhale, lift up. Hands pressing down into the mat, and if you can clasp your hands underneath. I personally don't really like that, just because it's not cozy and comfy. If your hands are clasped, release them, and then slowly lower down. Now, you can windshield wiper your knees back and forth a little bit to release the lower back, release any tension. Now I want you to take your right leg, put your ankle on your left thigh, and then we're going to take our arms, get comfortable, and then we're going to thread them, our right arm between. This is on the outside here. We're lifting our leg, and we can either just keep it straight. We don't need to pull. We just want to gently hold ourselves. Left foot down, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Right foot down next to it, left ankle on our right thigh, hands through the center and on the outside. Oops, nope, I'm doing it the wrong way. Look at that. Right leg up. Now you put your foot down, your other foot down next to it. We're going to roll to our side, and we're going to sit up for a moment, and we're going to do one forward fold, legs stretch out in front of us. So we're going to be, our back is straight, and we're going to inhale, chest open, and then exhale. You can put your arms up, and then down wherever they land. They can be here, they can be on your knees, they can be on the calves, wherever they arrive. It doesn't matter. It's what is comfortable for you. Don't overdo it. Don't underdo it either. You know your limits. If you can touch your toes, that's great. If you can't, look, I couldn't touch my toes a couple of years ago when I was sick and I started doing yoga again because I had gotten out of shape. And now I can. So, yay. But you'll get there so quick if you can't. And if you can, good for you. Yay. And slowly, your hands slowly gliding up your legs, lift up. And now we're going to just simply cross our legs and